Hi, Vishal. Welcome. We're going to have a little conversation with Vishal about his experience in the AI product leadership program that Talvinder is doing, and he's part of our very first cohort. So would love to hear from him. Hey, Vishal, give us a little bit about your background.
Hi, Ahmed. Thanks for having me in part of this podcast. So, I have been working in healthcare space since past 3 years. So, I have total 7 years of work ex in product management space, and right from after my MBA pass out, I have been into product domain only.
Okay, so you've been pretty much in the thick of things for a long time now.
Yeah.
Good to hear. So the AI product leadership course that you are doing with Pragmatic Leaders and, Talvinder is mentoring, you're part of the first cohort, right?
Yeah.
So could you tell me a little bit about a few key pointers of what this course is about and what are your learnings from it?
So the course was very experiential in terms of from second week we started working on the product from scratch, and then with continuous mentorship from Talvinder, we were quite motivated that we should launch that product whatever we are working. So in other course what I have done, the it was more of a theoretical bit wherein weekly we have sessions and somewhat 2 to 3 case study and course is done. But in this particular course, the peers we have, the mentorship we have, it motivates us from inside that we have to launch the product. And the peers, they are also working on some product. So I had a team of 2 members, and then it kept us quite motivated that they are doing something, they are launching, then I also should work and work towards launching of the product. And so finally, I have not launched it in product end, but the product is done, and in few weeks I would be launching the product. And to to say about the product launch journey, so basically, in third week, I was in my hometown, and then I was coming from Tata to Pune. So I am based out of Jharkhand. So it takes around 24 hours to come from Tata to Pune by train. And then the product, so I was working on a product name as Health Score, wherein I, so basically in beta phase, I can say is the MVP phase. I worked on so I drafted a set of questions, and this is the set of questions. I arrived at a final health score. So, so through my mobile device only, I started working on the product in my train journey, and then I used Google Ads script on my mobile, and then I used Chat GPT to. So I had around 200 to 300 iterations of the code. Since I'm not a coder, I don't have any background from coding. So I iterated around 200 to 300 times, and finally, with Google Ads script and then Google Form, I was able to create a health score. But this is only the initial phase, but there are lots that have been done since then. And then finally, I have the product that I have finally made is more of a conversational form wherein you put in a question, and then a question would be there, and then you put in your answer, and then again some answer would be there, and on it would be quite conversational. Earlier, the form that was made, it was quite static, and then you were arriving at a health score. Now it is very conversational, and then you are getting a health score, and then basis your health score, we are also saying what all things you need to do to improve your overall health score.
Fantastic. Sounds very, very interesting. This is the second time you've come back to Pragmatic Leaders.
Yeah.
What is it about the experience the first time you had that brought you back to choose PL to do this, the advanced course on, AI product management?
So that was very so I was very so that time I was in the beginning of my career once I enrolled for the course for the first time. And why I enrolled for the course, because I didn't knew the basics of product management only in terms of what is the customer product life cycle, or what are the different phases of product life cycle, what is a user-centric design and all. The basic fundamentals also I was not aware. So that's why I joined the course, so that I'm aware of the basic fundamentals. But once I took few of the sessions, I realized the course was very comprehensive. The first course that I did, it was very comprehensive. The videos and all, it was very, very comprehensive. Still now I watch those videos to understand how a product requirement document is made,
Right.
the structure of the product
Mm.
document and all, product requirement document. So, and then it was a completely a case-based program what I had done in the first cohort, and still now I refer to those case studies and all. But now since AI has come into the picture, and then I got to know that Talvinder is taking the session, and he being a stalwart in the product management space. So I thought he will be the best person to guide me how I can leverage AI in the organization I am working in. And then things which were taking around, let's suppose 20 days to 30 days, how can I leverage this course to launch features maybe from 30 days to 10 days or 15 days. So yeah, that's why I enrolled for the current course.
Absolutely makes sense. So like you, I also don't come from a tech background, right? So no code or low code and all these tools that are now coming out, also with the assistance of the AI piece to the no code tools, is extremely beneficial for us from the non-tech background. And there's so much that we can now do without having to depend on the fact that whether we can code or not. So tell me a little bit about this as an experience for you and
So
learning these tools.
earlier, I would need to go to tech for, let's suppose I want to do some, let's say I have some idea and then I want to launch it and test it on few set of users. Then earlier I used to go to tech, and then they used to write something in React and then launch the app, launch that feature. But now with this no code tool, I only can work on particular features, the MVP bit, and then do a close user testing with a few set of customers, and basis the feedback I can now go to my boss or maybe higher management, who SMTs and all, and then I can say that, see, I have got feedback from 100 customers. Out of 100 customers, around 50 to 60 customers is quite interested, shown their interest to use this feature. So why do we? So I can easily convince my boss or a senior management with this data in place. Earlier, the gathering of data
Mhm.
was quite a challenge. Getting feedback was
Yeah.
a challenge because there was no such tool in terms of low code no code tools. There was not there, and now it was there. It was not quite comprehensive in terms of the earlier tools. Now I think we can launch products also with these tools, the beta version. So yeah, the feedback mechanism is something that helped me a lot.
Fantastic point. Because I think one of the biggest things PMs get caught up in is proving ROI of whatever they're proposing, right? Uh, and a lot of our decisions get judged by the fact that sometimes we have to go blind, which other teams don't understand. So this
Yeah.
is a great point that you've made, that I can test MVP features out, right? I can even create a beta version of an app to see whether this concept works for, to start with or not. And then from there evolve it.
And frankly speaking, getting feedback is not that easy. So I've tried to get feedback. So I think the people show interest, but somehow out of 100 people, only 50 people will utilize the benefit, and out of 50 people who have utilized the benefit, only 20 people will give up giving the feedback. So the friends and families or relatives that we have, it is the best way to get the feedback, apart from some other customers wherein you can send a Google form and all and then get the feedback.
Of course, of course. No, great point.